Students, I am Dr. Kumar, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Government First Grade College, Shira. Today's topic is again under Phylum Porifera, continuation of the previous class. In this session, we will study about the canal system in Sycon. The learning objective and the learning outcome of this session is that the students can able to understand the skeletal system and also the canal system in poriferans, in particular that is Sycon. The content of the topic is the introduction and the canal system in Sycon. Introduction. The body of all sponges is perforated by a large number of apertures, small apertures through which water current enter into the body and flows through a system of crisscrossing canals. So not straight canals, they are crisscrossed canals. So they are collectively called as canal system, which is the characteristic feature of poriferans. That means here the body or the water current from outside enters into the body through a system of crisscrossing canals. Okay, so through this canals, so water enters into the body and also the exit out from the body. Okay, so this system of canals is what is called as canal system in sponges or poriferans. In Sycon, it is the canal system in Sycon. Sycon is a sedentary sponge. That means it is present living in the place where it is present. Okay, sedentary. So it leads an aquatic life. The body of Sycon shows pores and the canals which form a complex canal system. It is called syconoid type of canal system. It is useful to draw water current into inside body. This water current brings the food and also the oxygen, which is very essential for the body. The body wall of Sycon contains outer dermal layer and inner choanoderm. So that means the body wall, as I told you in the general characters, it is two layers, outer the pinacoderm and the inner choanoderm. Pinacoderm is made up of, dermal layer is made up of pinacocytes, and the inner choanoderm is made up of a specialized flagellated cells called as choanoderm. In between these two layers, there is another layer what is called as mesenchyme, and this mesenchyme usually it gives a place for the wandering amoebocytes and also other epithelial cells. The body wall is folded regularly and develop a regular canal system. Here you can see, so this slide shows the complete picture of canal system in Sycon, where you can see in body folding can be seen in between the folds. So this is one fold, this is another fold. Okay, in between these folds you can see a small opening called as the ostia, through which the water current enters. Okay, so the ostia leads to the incurrent canal. So this incurrent canal it closes widely here. Okay, widely, and this incurrent canal leads to inside to the radial canal by means of another canal what is called as the prosophile. Prosophile is another canal which is very much present in between the incurrent canal and radial canal. Okay, so radial canal, it is present between two incurrent canals. Radial canal is present. So in between the radial canal and the incurrent canal, so there is another canal, the straight canal is present, is what is called as prosophile. Okay, so radial canal it is always lined by flagellated special kind of cells, what is called as the choanocytes. And these choanocytes plays a very important role as far as the body organization and the survival of an animal is concerned. So this will usually facilitate the capturing of the food particles and the exchange of the gaseous particles and all these things, and capturing of the gametes, spermatozoa, which is present in the water content. So all this the vital functions are carried out by the special kind of cells which are usually lined the inner lining of the radial canal. So it is commonly called as flagellated chamber because it is lined by a specialized flagellated cells called as the choanocytes. And this radial canal it enters into outside by means of the excurrent canal. Excurrent canal opens to the spongiocele by means of another small minute opening, what is called as apopyle. This apopyle opens to a large cavity which is present in the center, what is called as spongiocele, and this spongiocele, from this spongiocele the water exit out through a small opening, what is called as osculum. This is actually the canal system in case of Sycon. So this you need to understand. So very easy. This leads to, from outside, the water current enter into the body through ostium. Ostium leads to a canal, what is called as incurrent canal. So the incurrent canal enters into the radial canal by means of prosophile. So this incurrent radial canal again enters into the excurrent canal. So this is excurrent canal. The mouth is called as excurrent canal. So this excurrent canal enters to the spongiocele by means of another opening, what is called as apopyle. Okay, through the apopyle it opens into a central large cavity called as osculum. So through the osculum the excess water enter outside the body. Okay, right. Let us go one by one, part by part. The first one is the ostia. The body wall is folded. Here you can see the foldings. So the body wall is folded. So in between two foldings there is an incurrent canal. Here you can see this is one fold, this is another fold where you can see the incurrent canal. Okay, the opening of the incurrent canal shows the pore membrane. So this will show one or two ostia through which water enters into the incurrent canal. Through the ostia the water enters into the incurrent canal. The ostium is surrounded by myocytes. These amoebocytes will work as sphincters. This is another important aspect where you can see the amoebocytes which is present in between the pinacoderm and the choanoderm. So they act as sphincters. They act as regulators. Okay, so they are the controlling agents. How much of water needs to be taken inside into the body will be controlled or regulated by these amoebocytes. They are very much present in between the pinacocytes and the choanocytes in the mesenchyme layer. They are the controlling agents. How much of water has to be entered inside the body, that will be regulated and controlled by the amoebocytes, and hence they work as sphincters. They can close these openings or open them to regulate the inflow of water. The second is incurrent canal. In between two folds of the body wall there is an incurrent canal. Here you can see this is one fold, this is another fold. In between these two folds incurrent canal is present. These canals end blindly towards inside. This is another important aspect. All incurrent canal, so they fold blindly inside like this, blindly inside. Okay, so this is lined inside by pinacocytes. The incurrent canal lined inside by pinacocytes, whereas the radial canal inside it is lined by the choanocytes, flagellated choanocytes. The prosophile is another structure which is very much present, as I told you while explaining. The prosophile, it is very much present between the incurrent canal and the radial canal. In between the radial canal and the incurrent canal there is another a small canal tubule is present called as prosophile. The prosophile incurrent canal opens to the radial canal by means of a small canal tube of canal is what is called as prosophile. The next is radial canal. Radial canal inside the here flagellated chamber, radial canal. In between the two incurrent canals, here is one incurrent, here is another incurrent. In between these two incurrent canals, so there is a radial canal is present. It ends blindly to the exterior. Here you can see each radial canal folded blindly exterior, whereas incurrent canal folded blindly interior, and this is exterior, right? It leads into the excurrent canal. Each radial canal leads to excurrent canal internally. Radial canal usually lined by choanocytes, flagellated choanocytes. Hence, these chambers are called as flagellated chambers. The next is apopyle. As I told you, the excurrent canal, this is radial canal and this is excurrent canal. So the excurrent canal opens to the radial canal opens into excurrent canal through an opening called as apopyle. Apopyle is a small opening present at the end of the radial canal. So this apopyle will leads to the what is called as excurrent canal and usually surrounded by the myocytes. The next is excurrent canal. It is a short and wide chamber present at the mouth of the radial canal. Wide chamber, it opens to a large central cavity, what is called as spongiocele. This canal is lined with epithelial cells called as the spongiocele. The broad opening between the excurrent canal and the spongiocele is also called as ostium. So here is a small opening. This is what is called as apopyle, and this apopyle opens into a central large cavity called as the spongiocele by means of internal ostium. The last one is the spongiocele. The spongiocele is a central part of the body cavity. It is a cylinder-like structure in Sycon. So this will show a hollow cavity, what is called as spongiocele. It is lined by epithelial cells. At the apex, at the tip, okay, it opens to the outside by means of a small opening called as osculum. Because of the action of flagella of choanocytes, water drawn into the body. So in the flagellated chamber, due to the action of flagella which are present in the choanocytes, so this action will draw water current into the body. This is what is called as incurrent water. Usually this incurrent water brings food and oxygen, which is very essential for the body to survive. Hence it is called as nutritive current. The water that goes out of the osculum is what is called as excurrent water. The functions of canal system in sponges. So it is very important as far as the survival of sponges is concerned. So usually the water current brings constant supply of water into the body. This helps in respiration, that is exchange of gases. And this water brings a small food particles which are used by the sponge to survive. Food particles are also carried in water current. It helps in the process of reproduction where the spermatozoa are also enters in the water current. It helps in the process of discarding waste matter out of the body through the water current only. So the carbon dioxide and other waste which are produced in the body are expelled out through an opening called as osculum. So dear students, so this is all about the canal system in sponges. Thank you.